What's up, guys? This is Rich from Rich TV Live. I got some new breaking news on this coronavirus. It's crazy because we keep seeing people acting as if things are getting better. People are acting like this is going away. People are acting like, it's under control, but the death toll just keeps rising. The infected keeps rising. We're now at 425 dead, over 20,000 infected. That's the new breaking news that I'm bringing to you guys first here live on Rich TV Live. 425 dead, over 20,000 infected, and the number of infected is growing by thousands daily. The number of infected is growing by thousands daily. So I don't really know what to say. I'm very disturbed by it. Stock market's doing well. Not in China, but the stock market did well in America and in Canada today, despite the fact that we're in the middle of a global epidemic. And 425 people have now died, and over 20,000 have been infected by this coronavirus outbreak. My question to you is, do you think it gets better? Do you think it gets worse? Do you think they're hiding the truth? Are these people that have already died and now they're just reporting it now? Are these infected? Were there always more infected and they're just reporting these numbers now? Love to know what you guys think. Love to know your opinion on this. I just wanted to break you guys the new breaking news. 425 dead. 425 dead. Over 20,000 infected now, and this virus has spread to over 25 countries, I believe, is the total now, and it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting bigger. More people keep dying. More people continue to get infected. Now, despite this, people acting all over the place like it's no big deal. People acting like it's no big deal. Do you think it's a big deal that 425 people have died and over 20,000 people are now infected with this coronavirus? Love to know what you guys think. I definitely think it's a big deal. Anytime 425 people die and 20,000 get stricken by a new illness that is spreading all over the world, tend to think there's a problem. But despite that, people acting like it's no big deal. People in Canada acting like it doesn't affect them. People in Vancouver acting like it doesn't touch them. Love to know what you guys think. Do you think this affects you? Do you think it doesn't affect you? Where's that Jimmy Tree fool? I'm pretty sure he's the one that's hiding and scared more than anybody. I told you, he's that type of guy that will say it's no big deal until it affects him. And then once it affects him, he's going to be the first one that's going to say, why me? Why me? Why me? So I ain't about that life. I'm not going to live in fear. At the same time, I'm also not going to be ignorant to what's going on in the world. If there's a deadly illness that's killed 425 people and infected 20,000 people worldwide, I want to know what's up. I want to know what's up. I want to have a place for us to talk about it. I want to have a place for us to discuss what you're doing, what our options are, what's actually really happening, so the people have a platform where they have an opportunity to have a voice. I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you think about this coronavirus? Everybody acting today like it, no big deal. Stock market's up. Everything's back to normal. No big deal. But yet, I get the totals. Yesterday was 362 dead. Today it's 425. So that number just went up by 80 people. So the amount of dead is going up really fast. And the amount of sick, which was 300 a year ago, which was 300 a week ago, 300 a week ago were infected. That number is now at 20,000. A week ago, 1 person was dead. Now today, 425 dead. I'm not here to create panic, but I want to create awareness, and I want to know what you guys think about that. 425 people dead due to the coronavirus, 20,000 infected. We've heard reports saying that there are as much as 100,000 people infected. That was a week ago. Who knows what the real numbers are now? Who knows what the real death toll is now? Because the numbers keep going up daily, it makes me believe that the numbers are much higher than what they're telling us, and they're telling us slowly, almost daily. Okay, there's 400 dead now, 20,000 sick. Tomorrow it'll be like 500 dead, 25,000 sick. The next day it'll be like 600 dead, 30,000 infected. Like, this number keeps growing, and yet people are acting like it's no big deal. I want to know, do you take this serious? Is this a big deal to you? Are you in China right now? Are you being affected by this? Are you anywhere else in the world where it's infecting you or affecting you? I would like to know. Well, the market definitely hasn't crashed. That's for sure. So the coronavirus has not affected the market melt up. The market continues to go up as if the coronavirus doesn't exist. But the question is, do you think that this coronavirus is getting better? Because every time I look at the numbers, every single day, the death toll and the infected go up. Have you noticed that? Or am I the only one that's noticed that? Have you guys noticed that the death toll has risen every single day since I started reporting this? Cody Olson says it's becoming a bigger and bigger deal every day for sure. I'm just trying to show you guys the trend. Like, the amount of deaths keep rising every day. The amount of infected keeps rising every day. We just hit 20,000 infected. 425 dead. I'm the first one to report it. You can go anywhere on YouTube and look. I am the first one to report these new numbers because I've been doing this daily. I wait to see the new numbers, and if there are new numbers, I report it. Every single day. I haven't had one day where I've been able to sit back and go, okay, the numbers didn't go up. Let me just leave it alone. Whether I've wanted to go live or not, I've been reporting this to try to show you guys that this is escalating. Trying to prove to you guys that this is escalating. Burgo King says, I believe the alarms will go off when the first non-Asian person dies of the virus in America. Exactly. Because nobody has died outside of Asia and the Philippines, in China and the Philippines, due to the coronavirus. Everybody feels like it's not a big deal. The second people start to die outside of China, outside of Asia, the second somebody dies that didn't come from China is the second that it becomes a real epidemic on a global scale. Until then, everybody feels like this is an isolated incident that is only affecting China, which I don't agree with. I don't agree with that sentiment. My sentiment is, if there's a deadly virus that's spreading in China, and there's Chinese people going all over the world for travel, what's to stop that virus from coming to Canada, going to America, going to Europe, Asia, Africa, everywhere else in the world? It doesn't make sense to me in my brain that this just stays within China, that everybody dies must come from China. I don't see how that works. I don't see how that works. I think that we're not really getting the truth. They're trying to play it down like it's no big deal, but I think it is a big deal. And when I see the number of dead escalating and rising at a very fast pace every day, we're now at 425 dead, over 20,000 infected, I take it seriously. I'd like to know what you guys think. If you guys agree with me, do you disagree with me? Am I a fearmonger? People are calling me fearmonger. Am I panicking for no reason? I'm not panicking, but some people might want to say that I'm panicking. I haven't changed anything. I'm not wearing a mask. I still leave the house without a mask. So I haven't changed anything, but I'm concerned about it. I'm concerned about the people in China for sure. Really concerned about them first and foremost, and their future and their children. And I'm concerned about the fact that the number of infected is now 20,000 plus, and it seems as though that number continues to grow, despite the fact that there's people acting like this is getting better. How is it getting better? They don't have a cure. So if they don't have a cure, and the amount of dead keeps growing, and the amount of infected keeps growing, how can we pretend, how can we act like this is no big deal? Clearly, it's a big deal. People are dying. People are getting infected every single day. Clearly, it's a big deal. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, people want to get back to work, but how do you get back to work in the middle of a epidemic? You sold Tesla at 550. Hey, at the end of the day, you got to take your money and run. Just trust your gut. Nothing wrong with winning. But yeah, it is a scary time. You have to think that the markets are going to go down at some point when the biggest country as far as population in the world is like shut down. Influenza is a form of coronavirus. Yeah, a lot of people are trying to say that this is just another flu. I don't know. Love to know what you guys think. I just know that this is a number that continues to grow. The amount of dead continues to grow. The amount of infected continues to grow. The amount of countries that this is being identified continues to grow. But despite that, everybody acting like it doesn't exist and it's no big deal. I've already, based on my research, I've heard that this is already worse than SARS. So, there was a big concern about SARS, and this has already surpassed the amount of people infected and dead, apparently, in a short period of time by SARS. And this number should grow exponentially. No, that's not true. CNN did not report there's 4,000 infected. That's not true. CNN has been reporting 17,000 infected last time I looked. And I just got a new report saying that 20,000 are now infected and 425 are dead. Yeah, guns aren't going to help you with the virus, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying this is population control. And obviously, if it is population control, going after China makes sense because they got the biggest population in the world, 1.4 billion plus. So that is definitely a possibility. I think it's terrible. It's a terrible way to do it. I don't know if it is population control, but it's definitely killing people and infecting people all over the world. So if that's what their goal is, then they're on pace to achieve their goal. The inside of the hospital in Wuhan, China looks like a prison. Mr. Bitcoin says it's population control and eating nasty bats. Yeah, I don't know what to say about eating bats. It's crazy. But I'm just concerned about humanity when you hear that 425 people are dead and over 20,000 are infected with this deadly virus. Resident Evil coming true. Yeah. The end is near? Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we find a way to get through this. Obviously, it's a tough time. It's a very sad time, especially for people in China. But I hope we, as humanity, find a way to get past this. It's a super weapon that escaped from a lab in Wuhan. Possible. Anything's possible. The new report is 425 are dead, over 20,000 are infected with coronavirus, and that number continues to grow every single day. Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. It doesn't seem to matter. This coronavirus is kicking ass, killing, and taking names. Yeah, there's people dying every day. It was 362 yesterday. Today it's 425. That's 63 deaths in one day. My email is richtvlive@gmail.com. Feel free to send me emails there. Thank you guys for joining. I'm breaking you the news right now. Due to the coronavirus, 425 dead, over 20,000 infected with the coronavirus. Mr. Bitcoin says, I love Asian women, but I have avoided them this week. I love Asian women too, but I mean, some things just aren't worth it. Some things just aren't worth it. Especially when you're talking about death. And especially when you're talking about a brutal illness that gives you pneumonia. I am beautiful Asian woman. Nice. Very good. Are you in China right now? I cough on everyone. Oh, great. That's kind of weird. It's a weird comment. You're in China right now? What's it like? Is everybody in fear? No more mask? You guys are going back outside? Everything's back to normal? No more masks? Everyone's just coughing? Just spreading the virus to each other? Damn. That's harsh. Oh, the masks are sold out. So you're in China and the masks are sold out and you're coughing on people. That's why the spreading is happening. That's why this virus is spreading so quickly. It's true. Kent Block says there's a plane with masks on its way. I cough on everyone, spread faster, yes. That's really disturbing. So you're like a serial killer. Clever Sausage says, does the virus affect one's brain? Crypto Grease says, because they want to eat rat ball soup. Nicholas says, the school board around here claimed that nobody here in the local school districts here in BC, Canada, have the coronavirus. Hopefully it stays like that. Our correspondent in China is saying, government likes to spread, I get paid to cough. We don't eat bat. Team Samurai says, Rich the Goat. Thank you, Team Samurai. Mr. Bitcoin says, imagine Asians started coughing on Americans and Canadians as an act of war. You know, that's so many Asians in Canada and there's so many Asians in America. I mean, I don't see that happening. Frontline DIY says, I'll say what you're thinking since it's your channel. You're handling it professional. You're a dirtbag pile of human filth for coughing on people or even joking about it. Clever Sausage says they eat cat and dog and bat and all kinds of other things. A Valencia says, I'm in Vegas and I'm playing crabs with Asians. Man, I'm in Vancouver. There's Asians everywhere. I got nothing against anybody. Asian, white, black, brown. It doesn't really make a difference to me. I don't care. Okay, joking, y'all. I'm from Ohio. You're from Ohio? All this time I thought you were from China. Mr. Bitcoin says, they do eat bat in Wuhan, though. I saw the videos. I saw the picture, sorry. Yes. A Bull says bird flu outbreak in China as well. Apparently the bird flu is also spreading throughout China. So it's not bad enough that they've got the coronavirus. Now they've also got bird flu to deal with. 2 deadly viruses spreading throughout China. That's tough situation to deal with. My heart goes out to everybody in China. I can't even imagine what it's like over there. Bird flu is more deadlier. So they got an even more deadly virus that is now spreading throughout China. Wuhan was the test city for 5G. Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of good and bad that's going to come with 5G. Population control, I swear. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are talking about population control. It's definitely a possibility. It's a sad way to do it. It's a brutal way to do it, but I'm not here to tell the elite what to do, man. I'm just here to report on the news. Free Alien is saying Agenda 21. Brian Testa says 5G causes cancer. I wouldn't be surprised. So the big news, guys, that is now just breaking: 425 dead, over 20,000 infected with the coronavirus. These are breaking numbers. I just brought you guys the numbers first, live on YouTube before anybody else on the planet. Breaking news, big news, scary news, disturbing news. 425 dead, over 20,000 now infected, and the number, the death toll, the infected just keeps rising. I'm concerned. You know, that's a lot of dead. That's a lot of infections. And I'm concerned about it. Thank you guys for the 13 likes. I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to break the news. 425 dead, 20,000 infected. And the numbers just keep getting bigger and bigger and worse and worse. So it is concerning for me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm concerned about it. I'm concerned about our future. I'm concerned about China. I'm concerned about the world. And it's scary. Yeah, maybe it's not scary for us here in Canada yet. But imagine being in China. Nicholas says, I'm concerned too, yeah. Mr. Bitcoin says, I think 465 recovered. I hope there's a cure. I hope there's a cure and we can get past this. Cody Olson says they are burning all the bodies to keep it from spreading. Oh. 425 dead, over 20,000 infected with the coronavirus. This is breaking news. We're bringing you this news first. Love to know what you guys think. 425 dead, over 20,000 infected due to the coronavirus. This is breaking news. We're breaking the news first. We've been doing it every single day, trying to bring you the news first before anybody else on the planet. 425 dead, over 20,000 infected due to the coronavirus. Richie Popik says the cured can still be carriers. A Bull says, y'all take care. We will beat it with social media and showing the truth. I just want to tell the truth. I want to tell the truth and create a platform where we can talk about it. 425 dead, over 20,000 infected with this coronavirus that people are trying to say is no big deal. No big deal. Only 425 dead, 20,000 infected. No big deal. Just a small city infected. A small city worth of population infected. No big deal. Only 20,000 infected and 425 dead. No big deal. It's not a big deal for us because we're not the ones that are dying and we're not the ones that are infected. But if you're living in China, it would be a very big deal. Richie Popik says, it's here in Chicago too. Scary right here where I live. First of the Fallen says, my AR-15 is loaded and ready for Chinatown. They better pray nobody I know gets this virus. You ready to go blasting? Hey, man, I hope we have a cure, man. And I hope we have a cure soon. Brian Testa says 3 possible cases in New York. Hope we have a cure soon, man, so we could just move on with our lives. I don't want to live my life having to wear a mask. I don't want to be doing my videos like this. Hey, guys. This is Rich from RICHTVLIVE. And I'm wearing my mask because of the coronavirus. And I want to make sure I stay safe. So I'm not taking my mask off until I know it's safe. This is the way we're going to live our lives? I'm going to have to live my life like this? All you're going to see is my eyes? And then I'm going to have to get goggles to cover up my eyes? Is this what it's going to be? It's going to look like this? Are we going to look like this? Smoke some cannabis and then you'll be fine? We're just going to look like this. Hey guys, this is Rich from RICHTVLIVE, and I just want to protect myself from the coronavirus. I heard it's spreading, and people are dying, and people are getting infected all over the world. So I'm wearing my mask, trying to protect myself to make sure that I don't get it. Like, this is not the way I want to live my life, right? But unfortunately, we may not have a choice. We may not have a choice. We may not have a choice. I might have to do one of these really, really tight. Do one of these really tight. So yeah, I don't want to live my life like that. That's a pretty shitty way to live. I don't intend to live my life like that. I don't really think that that's a way to live. So I'm concerned about this. Maybe I'm crazy because I'm concerned about it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm overreacting. But man, I just don't want to live like this. I don't want to live a life where I'm covering up my face and worried about the air and worried about getting some illness and worried about dying from someone who's coughing. It's a concerning situation. I don't want to roll around as a bubble boy. I don't want my kids rolling around in bubbles. I don't really feel like that's a way to live. My parents didn't have to live that way. I didn't have to live that way. Free Alien says 5G is the issue. It's a lot of people saying that 5G is going to make a lot of problems. It's going to make a lot of money, but it's going to cause a lot of problems. Free Alien says it's not from bat soup. The mask didn't seem to help Michael Jackson. He still died pretty young. Nicholas says 5G could cause mutations, presumably. It's possible. Brian Testa says bat soup is tasty. All right, guys. On that note, I'm going to bounce. 425 dead, over 20,000 infected with the super virus they're calling the coronavirus that has been shocking the world, spreading everywhere. It started in Wuhan, China, has now killed 425 people reportedly, and over 20,000 infected. Thank you guys for watching. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We try to bring you the news. We try to bring it to you first. This is Rich TV Live reporting from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, otherwise known as Hongcouver. I got Asians all around. I'm not living in fear. I'm not wearing a mask. Should I be? Let me know. Comment down below. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you are live. Every time we're live, anytime we have any breaking news, anytime there's anything that's trending, we'll bring it to you first. It's your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace.